We're on.
Alrighty. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another Tech Talks Tuesday with the Weekend Dojo. I am JT, and sitting with across from me, as per usual, is El Chizo.
El Chizo.
Sorry, I stole your thunder. Go ahead and just take us into the introduction of today's Tech Talk.
Okay, well, we decided that would be that might be of interest to you guys to, uh, hear about the equipment that we use right now as it stands for all these streams and some of our videos on our personal channels.
All right. Yeah. Anything from cameras to microphones to tripods to, well, you name it. Things attributed as such to our channels. And there's going to be a couple of facts or a couple of ideas that we solidify in this stream to kind of let you know that while it is a little pricey to start a YouTube channel, it is not impossible should you be price savvy and tech savvy.
Indeed. So I feel like tonight it would be prudent to give you some tips and tricks as well on how to use maybe not top of the line equipment to the best of its ability.
Exactly. Starting us off, we're going to be talking about well, let's start with the cameras that we're using right now. Speaking of which, I better go fetch mine.
Now, while he's fetching that, why don't we talk about the webcams we're using right now? These are Microsoft Life Cams. They're very affordable. I think they're like 13 to 30. I think these Life Cams are like 13 bucks or maybe 30 bucks.
I would like to make a correction. He's using the Microsoft Live Cam. I lost mine.
Ah, true. Well, that's what we would normally both be using. I'm using mine.
Yeah. I'm stuck with my crappy little built-in PC camera. But it happens.
Yep.
Ah, come on,
Now,
you miserable
for
motherfucker.
the current cameras we use for recording videos, I use a Samsung HMX F90. It's not the best out there, but at the same time, that means it's not going to be as pricey. It's not going to be like $200. I got this for $145.
All right. Some features on that.
Well, you can choose between a digital or an optical zoom. It records in, as far as I've been able to determine from it, 720p because it's a couple years old. It takes standard size SD cards, which means you can just walk into the store, grab the standard ass SD card, and load all your videos onto it. It charges via the old style USB, if you guys can see that there, before USB micro. Has a few proprietary functions for plugging right into your TV and whatnot.
I apologize in advance. I just got a microphone, and well, it keeps pulling things to my screen because it's so sensitive.
Oh, no problem. They can still see me down in a little corner.
That's not cool.
Okay. If I had to pick a downside, it's that it never seems to default to the auto balance level that I would like it to be at. If you see some of my videos, some of them seem very yellow, and that's because I forgot to take that step to adjust the white balance.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm running the Nikon S7000. It'll run you about $210 on the cheaper end of things without all the nice fancy little gimmicks that I got with it when I ordered it off of eBay X amount of years ago. No, it was about 6 months ago. Anyway, it shoots 1080p video with, or no, not 1080, sorry, 720p video with it running about 16 megapixels uh, image size. It comes with multiple filters on here, multiple ways to shoot your videos, to um, to take your pictures via the dial up on the top corner here. Naturally, it comes with a pan and zoom function. My one qualm with it is that it doesn't straight up have it has a bad battery life. It's only good for about I'd say about a straight solid 3 hours of filming, which if you're into content creation, 3 hours of filming is just not enough because of all the takes that you have to just that you just screw up and things that you decide you don't like. See, when you're a content creator, you're not only actor, but you're director, your sound crew, your lighting, your everything.
Unless you've got enough money to pay people, and very few YouTubers do.
You're looking at the YouTubers that are sitting at about like 6 million subscribers, 52 million subscribers in the case of PewDiePie. He has enough money to go pay people to film his shit, but us small time YouTubers do not.
Yeah,
We
as
just
much as we'd like to.
sorry. Yeah, as much as we would like to, because that would take some of the brunt out of content creation for us, and it would be just a little bit less stressful. At any rate, there's there's uh, there's options for optical zoom as or sorry for auto balance like his, but it never yellows out my film my content, so I get lucky there. Honestly, I would recommend spending the $200 to get this camera, though you'd probably find it cheaper at like at on eBay for like $50 cheaper than that. You're better off shopping around on eBay if you're not worried about prices, but I'd also worry about getting duped. At any rate, it also comes with the ability to upload directly to YouTube via a oh wow that's not what I wanted. Yeah, via direct input from Wi-Fi. Nothing for Twitch, but that's because this is an
Pre-Twitch
older.
era.
Yeah, this is a pre-Twitch camera. Honestly, it's good for starting out, but as always, keep your aim high. Look for your digital single lens reflex camera. Those will work fantastic for content creation. But I feel like nobody watching our channel right now has like $600 to $800 to shell out for a standard line camera. And
If they did, they wouldn't be watching us.
exactly, I am also very uh, when it comes to cameras like this or to DSLR cameras, I'm going to have to look towards Nikon because, well, that's what I started with. That's what I know and what I'm privy to. I'm brand loyal.
Yep. I might make the switch to a Sony when I upgrade next.
Good point. Sony's not a bad little company to go through. They that was their start was just tech outside of game consoles, and that's what they're good at. But we won't talk about Sony right now. I'm not quite happy with them.
Okie doke. We won't go into that rant this time.
No, we're not going to talk about bandwagon consoles. Whew. Like I said, I just got out of a nap, so at any rate, obviously we're definitely not going to limit you to the kind of cameras that we have currently.
Obviously, of course, go do your research. Look up some reviews of people who actually do camera reviews.
But understand, don't go set your price limit kind of high because well, you get what you pay for when it comes to cameras.
Yep, that's not always a bad
This
thing.
especially when it comes to cameras. Jesus. If you spend like 20 bucks on a camera, don't expect much.
As a matter of fact, the first videos I ever shot were on a camera like that.
On a $20 camera?
A 50.
A 50? Yeah, no, I get that too. We had this $50 camera sitting around our house when I was on oh, wow. It was a couple years back when I was still in high school. That my brother David used to like to have me film his parkour videos, which is pretty much just him running along the dirt, jumping on top of the edge of the sandbox and climbing on top of the little swing set that was in our backyard. Not exactly much parkour. But it shot decent video, but it didn't shoot a lot of video unless you had an SD card. And even then, like I said, the video at that time was decent, but in hindsight, it was very, very mediocre.
Yep.
It did this cool thing that if you plugged it into the TV and then pointed the camera at the TV, is infinite screens.
Oh yeah. Now, sir, everything that's happening now is happening now.
And now times infinity.
Spaceballs. Okay. So next topic, let's go into our microphones and whatnot.
Thank you, thank you. Should I start or?
Let's start with mine, and then you can talk about yours because you've probably got more to say about it.
Mhm.
He's all excited. I'll try to be quick. What I'm running
Don't be
right
quick.
here
No, don't be quick. You tell everything about your product so that they get a good idea.
is a Tonor $13 condenser microphone, cheap little third-party windsock there, a Dragon Pad pop filter, and a Tonor scissor stand that C-clamps onto the side of my desk. All in all, the whole setup cost me about 40 bucks.
Yeah.
And if you know how to play around with sound settings, especially in Audacity, for recording, it's not bad.
No, that's the good. Oh yeah. No, I sent you out that setup.
Yep.
Not trying to like how to put it. No, I go on tech benches. That's why I remember these things.
Yep, I remember. I think I paid for the microphone and the Dragon Pad, but then you sent me the scissor stand, I think.
Something to that effect. I sent you. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I bought it off my Amazon account and then just sent it that way.
Much appreciated, by the way.
Yeah, no, I had to have you get that set up because the way that your setup was working before,
It
it
was
doesn't
awful,
work.
I know.
I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna put it in those words, but the, the little tripod fucking microphone stand pissed me off. Yeah, because I was running the same thing. Trust me, up until now, El Chizo and we had the same setup besides cameras.
More or less, yeah.
It's a really good setup to start with. You just drop it was actually a total of $30. The whole kit and caboodle was $30 total. I was running the same thing. I spent about $30 total when it all came down to it, and it got me through until I wanted to do something a little more. And sorry, not trying to take over.
No, go ahead.
It's sorry. Just go ahead, man.
Okay, so uh, I'm actually quite pleased with this setup. For how much you pay for the camera, it's really good quality. For a webcam, obviously, if there are ways to synchronize your
Yeah, you're
recording
good.
your
What's up?
camcorder
All right, thank
with
you.
your computer and use that as a webcam, but you have to download software for that. And we'll get into software in a little bit. Maybe not pertaining to this, but we will get into it. But if you need like just a webcam for doing streams, especially when you're just starting out, I couldn't recommend the LifeCam more highly.
Oh, definitely. I really miss my life cam. It was a really good camera. It's actually what I started YouTube with. My first couple of face videos were with that little life cam. And that was just me playing with the tech. That's another tip I could give you. When you get new tech, play with it. Don't start chuckling. That was a serious fucking tip.
No, I love this how your face was held when you said play with it. Like it's the most serious thing in the world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, well, no, it is very serious. Like I generally would not be doing Tech Talk Tuesday or even I missed Sunday's stream because I was fucking around with this microphone. You have you have to mess with the presets with of all your tech before you do anything related to content creation. I
Yeah,
mean,
because you never want to trust the defaults.
right, you want to well there's when it comes to microphones there's really no defaults unless you're in Audacity, but you just you gotta play with all of the with all the tech essentially. That's you gotta that's
Absolutely. Microphone distance is a big one to think about.
right, because if you're right up on top of the microphone like this, it's gonna sound horrible.
But if you're backed off just the right amount and you've got a good pop filter between you and it, you'll get pretty good sound quality.
Right, exactly. Now, the only thing that I regret about my setup right now is I lost my Dragon Pad pop filter, but I bought one with a pop filter included. Granted, I would have rather had the Dragon Pad because it's a little better quality than the cheapo thing that they sent me. That's the only thing cheap about this microphone is the pop filter.
I imagine like once he finds his dragon pad, he'd be glad to do a comparison.
I'll do a comparison, but this thing is automatically getting thrown the fuck away. It's just
Abs-
absolute trash to me.
you've been spoiled.
I've been spoiled. That's a good way to put it. I went out and bought oh yeah. I didn't even explain my microphone.
Oh, he's gonna get excited, ladies and gentlemen. Watch him back up so that his microphone can take up half the screen.
Yep, exactly. Okay. This is a Tonor XLR condensing microphone. Comes with a shock mount, a wind cap, the scissor stand. Obviously, that's what it's sitting on, and an external power supply. Okay, the microphone itself has a gold-plated diaphragm. Uh, for better. What's that? What's that?
To prevent corrosion.
Uh, that it prevents corrosion, and gold itself is a conductor, so it has a better conductor than most condenser microphones. Um, how do where do I start with this damn thing?
How about the options for the power supply?
Okay, it comes with its own standard power supply. It runs at 5 volts, but obviously you can get things higher or lower based on what you want. I would stick with the 5 volt because anything higher than that and you risk frying all the shit in your microphone, uh, blowing out wires and whatnot. And just stick with the standard setup that they give you here besides the pop filter, because that's too small. That is way too small.
What about the scissor stand?
The scissor stand is just like yours, El Chizo. The scissor stand
I thought you
function.
said I thought you said the cable ran through it.
Oh yeah, it does. I was getting to that.
Ah,
The only difference between our scissor stands is the cable, the female cable, or sorry, the male cable running from the microphone. Sorry, pull that out of the shot. Running from the top of the microphone into the power supply runs through. Let's see if I can pull this a little further. Runs through the top of the top bar of the scissor stand. Yeah. Runs through the top bar of the scissor stand here and out the other half of the scissor stand at the bottom. Whereas any normal scissor stand's not going to have that. So my only other qualm with this microphone would be the fact that I'm going to have to go out and buy another male XLR cord to do anything outside of my bedroom. The shock mount itself is to make sure that you don't get any bad vibration from anything really sound heavy on the microphone itself. Like if you were belting out tunes, if you want to do a cover of a song, that would be that reasoning. But for standard little YouTube videos, it runs pretty nicely, possibly without the shock mount. I put it on there because it looks pretty. But it's not like it just looks pretty. It has functionality to it. The wind cap is pretty much like I said, if you want to go outside and do something outside like that, some of the tinniness from when you're speaking into the mic. The pop filter, that's been covered. All in all, this setup cost me about $47. Not bad at all. It's like $47.63 total.
yep. I used to have a Meteor mic. It fell over at one point and broke. I'm thinking I might get a new one.
I would do so. Those are nice microphones.
They are very nice microphones.
Those are
And you know what?
brilliant.
I can stick it right the frick there. Just
there it goes. Oh, sorry. My old man was messaging me.
no problem.
But until we make a better name for ourselves, I feel like this is the setup we're gonna have to stick with.
Absolutely.
Until then, we'll just stick with our little cameras, and I really, really, really want a digital single lens reflex camera. No,
Yeah.
specific brands of that camera come with a microphone input, so I can just cut the middleman from Audacity.
Yeah, that's fair.
Moving on, because I'm just going to get absorbed in my mic.
Remember, boys and girls, he is a technosexual.
Yeah, I try to stick my dick in the USB ports. Thank you, Tom. Oh, no, wait, you're not even on. Shit. Wait, it's a possibility. Okay. Yeah, no, nothing in the live chat. Okay. At any rate, let's, what do you think? Jumping into the lighting?
Yeah, let's talk about lighting for a minute. Now, this is something that I can talk about because I actually learned this cheap little lighting trick from the documentary "What Goes Into Making an AVGN Episode," and James Rolfe talked about how he for a period of time just taped printer paper over desk lamps, and that's what I'm using right now.
Yeah, that is not a bad idea at all. I'm going to fuck with untangling these headsets.
Now, the reason I'm doing that, even though I've got the light on behind me, is because when you're filming, you have to make sure that all the light is sitting in the right place. You can't just have light behind you because then you get, sorry to use you as the example here, but yeah, that.
The shadow right in front of your face.
And then contrary-wise, you can't have too much light in front of you compared to behind you, because otherwise you look like friggin' the man on Telegraph Hill, just creeping out of the darkness. Which, if you're doing horror stuff, might be your thing.
Sorry. Yeah, no, you don't want to look like shit on camera like I do right now, because there's nothing. I can't move my setup around too much, otherwise it fucks my room. Because all the light is pointed behind me, and even then, it's like halfway stormy so there's not that much light to it. Whatever. At any rate.
Yeah, definitely remember to, and again, like JT said, play around with your camera. This is an opportunity to play around with your camera to figure out what lighting setup goes with what settings to get the best image.
Oh, sorry.
And if you can, try as quickly as you possibly can to get a USB webcam so that like you don't have to spend too much time on your stock one, because your stock one is mostly meant for like quick Skype calls and whatnot.
Right. That's why I miss my little life cam, because, well, the blocky movements that I'm performing here. See, it just cut me in half.
Yep. Whereas I'm getting smooth motion from my life cam. Not meant as an insult, simply meant as an example.
That's all right, boss. No, you don't understand it. It really upsets me to have to use mediocre tech to do these streams.
Yep. What's hilarious is, like, most people get like a really good camera before they get the mic, and so they've got really great video, but their sound quality is shit because they're going from the camera from the mic. But you're going like the other way around.
Well, yeah, okay, video is obviously going to be pleasing to the eye, but I don't want to have to dump the extra money into buying a good mic later on. You know, I want to be able to just have the good mic, and then all of a sudden, bam, there's the good camera.
Fair enough.
Because I'd rather have the pleasing audio to listen to versus the aesthetically pleasing video, because a video with bad audio can be really grating to the ears. You get really bad whistling, and then all of a sudden you're going in the headphones.
Yep.
So I can deal with the bad video quality all day, as long as I'm not blowing my fans' eardrums out anymore. If you want to see what I'm talking about when it comes to that, check out my first video ever. I really honestly don't even want you to check out my first video ever, because it was just that bad. Chaz knows what I'm talking about. The audio is just so bad on the ears that time around. But then again, when I started, I didn't know shit about shit when it came to what I can put into YouTube.
Yeah, by then I was already working. I was already leaps and bounds into it.
Yeah. No, I jumped way the fuck far into it when I started.
And it's like uh, you didn't really know too much about what your capabilities were, and I believe that's when you started talking to me about it. And
Yeah,
this is
no.
before the dojo was a thing, by the way.
Actually, you were my inspiration for getting a YouTube channel, I won't lie.
Really? Well, that's
Yeah.
flattering.
Oh, I saw that you were having just a blast with YouTube. Figured it might be fun. I set up.
Oh yeah, I've had a blast just making videos. I apologize to my viewers for not getting as much out as I had been hoping. I have 2 reviews filmed. I am trying to find time to edit them, which is hard when you have to be responsible and an adult and have to go to work. They're not going to sponsor us, you know that, right?
I know. We are the wrong kind of channel for that. At any rate, no, he's right. It gets to be a little difficult to put out content when you got to deal with the bills and YouTube's not paying the bills.
Yep, I've heard several stories of YouTubers who actually were in college and worked a job, and they just managed to do barely any videos in their spare time until they realized, hey, they could do YouTube as a career, and then that's about when they quit their jobs. So don't just jump out of your job trying to start YouTube. It's like keep it as a hobby for a while.
Yeah, I'd hate to see a lot of people just up and quit their jobs so that they can go ahead and just play around on YouTube and then not make something out of it. But I personally, I'm not worried about making something out of YouTube.
Yeah, at this point in time, I'm just having fun.
Right. I like the idea of being able to like talk to multiple people across the country or possibly even across the world sitting from my house.
Yeah, man, it's the static age.
Right. I like being
Can't
able
see
to
the
sorry. I like having the idea or I like the idea of being able to confer my thoughts to other people through camera obviously and being able to shape minds from a distance. Yeah, I put on the persona of the rated R superstar of YouTube, but I'm generally trying to stray away from that.
Yep, old habits die hard. No one can hold it against you.
I'm trying. I
And
think I think the realization that I'm actually talking to actual people hit me when during live stream actually. When Tone called me a pervert, I was like, "Oh, okay, somebody way out there is calling me a pervert. I guess I better shape up my act for YouTube."
especially now with like the advertiser grab. I mean, for us right now, this is just a hobby, but especially it's like if we want to make something of it, we've got to really try to make our content okay. Me being the channel that I am reviewing toys, game pads, and candy, it's typically going to be family friendly.
Yeah, and me personally, I can get around things as long as I'm not using hate speech, which I'm not using hate speech, therefore, it's no big deal.
It's not like you would want to use hate speech in the first place.
Exactly, that's really gross, to be completely honest with you. Like, apparently YouTube has no problems with people telling other people to get fucked on YouTube. Otherwise, those videos would have been taken down, but uh, the the big YouTubers using racial slurs got hit really hard. PewDiePie got fucked on that one.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're not here to throw
that
shade at other
aside,
channels.
no, we're not even throwing shade. It's straight up news. Tripods.
Tripods. Um, the tripod I'm using is just a cheap little $18 one. Because I film from my desk, I don't need it to be huge. I would like something larger for outdoor filming and maybe better quality indoor filming. Uh, but for my purposes, this actually works very well. It's threads into the bottom of most cameras, so it's a great little thing. I could probably get rid of this hand thing, but like I said, I am looking to upgrade soon. And to be perfect, it the only qualm I have with it is that for some reason when I open my camera, it just kind of wants to tilt this way a little bit. And so I have to adjust it, and then my camera looks crooked to me, and I'm not sure what's causing that.
Well, think about it this way. That tripod looks a little bit weak. So when you go to when you open that that face on the side, it adds extra weight outside the center of balance on the tripod,
Fair enough. Actually, you know what? I could probably fix it
causing the
right
tilt.
now. Let's see.
Yeah, those legs
What
look
kind of?
floppy as hell.
Yep. So I'm just gonna tighten this up.
My tripod I got for like 30 bucks at Walmart. It was not a bad buy. It was a straight impulse buy. Another piece of advice I will give you when doing these things, your best bet is to just bite the bullet and buy it. Make sure your bills are taken care of and your rent is taken care of before buying this shit, but just bite the bullet and buy it. If you have the extra funds, just don't think about it. Trust that.
No, fixed it.
Would you agree, Chaz? Chaz?
Yeah, it's okay. It's just my first name. Yeah, I would have to say I agree. There are many times when I've missed out on getting something that I could have used use out of for my channel. But I was just sitting there going, maybe if I when I have a little more money, or maybe when I have a little more money here.
Right. See, um, that was the case with this microphone here. I bought the last one in stock for the time being. When I bought it, I was like, oh, I hope this lasts the next 24 hours. Then I cashed my paycheck. I bought some stuff for a birthday party. And I bought the fucking microphone. It's like I'm not waiting an extra day on this. I'm buying it now.
Yep. Obviously, when you impulse buy, you must do it responsibly.
Yeah. No, the
If you,
tripod I could have done without this thing.
but yeah, did you go over it?
No, I went like halfway through the price and that was it.
Why don't you talk about some of its
It
features?
let me show you its features.
Jurg Sprav, I love Jurg.
Right? He weaponized a fidget spinner. Not joking. Okay. This thing here on the side here, it's got a level for when you're balancing stuff out, and you got to make sure your shot's like straight. Um it's got the normal tilt function, nice little oh crap. Nice little pan function. It's even got a right here on the bottom here, there is a point
Yep.
to where or there is a small little it's just like a level, but it makes sure that your tripod is standing straight up. Or helps you make sure. It extends out to about 50 what is that? 50 inches, about 4 feet via telescoping limbs. and locks into place. You can weight it down on the ground with a hook here. I spent way too much on this. Oh, yeah. Come on, work with me.
Is that a tripod in your hand, or are you just happy to see me?
If a 50-inch if a 50-inch height wasn't too much, you can raise it up a little more to get better vantage point. No, I'm still full from lunch. Thank you, though. Hey, don't lock in on me. Did not want the pan to lock in on me. Oof. Oh, this is... There we go. Nice little handle for when you're walking around your shooting sites. Just grab it up and go. Now, here's my problem with this tripod. See the top? There's a little nub right here. Just a little
Yep.
nub that prevents you from just screwing your camera down. What you got to do, unlock the base, pull out this little piece. On the inside, there's a little, I don't know what you call that, a little D-ring. So you put your camera right on the thread side, twist, twist, and then it's secured in place. Then you put it back into this. It's a lot of work just to get your tripod secured. Or your camera secured to the tripod. It's a pain in the ass. That is my only qualm with this tripod, is that they couldn't just make things simple and have you screw it down onto the base like any normal tripod.
Although I suppose it's like they do kind of want to feature how secure it is, what with the levels and the weights and...
See, I get that, but it's still just that little... A saying from high school would really do this tripod justice. KISS.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Stupid. Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid. Other than that, it's a really well-built tripod. It doesn't have like a full 360 spin, but I'm not really worried about that because I'm just standing it up in front of me and talking to it like the lonely nerd I am. Hold on. It's a joke. For those of you who are not privy, my fiance looked at me like a fucking idiot when I said that. She's like, really? Straight rolled her eyes and then went back to eating dinner.
Yep.
Why are you like this? So that about covers the setup and the lighting. Thumbnails.
Before we get into that, let's keep on the hardware. Let's talk about our drawing pads.
Oh God, I gotta go get mine then. Hold that thought.
Well, okay. Well, he's getting his bamboo pad. Let's just talk about this. This is a Huion drawing tablet. Comes with its own drivers. It's not plug and play. You definitely have to run a disc. But it's a great little tablet, simple for what you need. It's got 3 buttons for presets. Your standard little stylus runs on a AA. Detects the nib rather well over the edge of it. Uh,
Is yours pressure
and it's
sensitive?
got a yes, it is pressure sensitive. And then I've got yards of cable. Cost me about $35. JT, you look upset. Why don't you tell us?
Hold on. Okay. Okay, that clicking's a little distracting, bro.
Sorry, don't have my fidget spinner.
Okay. Mine is the bamboo pad. I can't remember the oh, there's the Wacom bamboo pad CTH 301. It just functions like a really large trackpad with a pen. The pen itself does not take batteries, fancy pants. It's not pressure sensitive, but it gets the job done. If you don't have the pen, you got like a little double click function. Then it has its little directional movements for controlling everything without the keyboard. However, it does have the ability to just hover over the mouse pad and then click where you want to click.
Yeah, that's mine does that too.
Yeah, actually, this is the one piece of tech that is actually inferior to El Chizo's.
I like to draw.
I get
I
you.
drew JT's logo. I drew Kenny's original logo, our channel banner. I was
Yeah,
thinking of
no,
doing commissions at some point.
you probably could get away with it, dude. You know, he drew my channel logo and my banner. Don't let him just leave it at my channel logo. I owe him some money for that.
Then just send me a friggin' toy to review.
I could probably do that next paycheck.
I don't
You
care
know,
if it's like, you know what, you can, in exchange for what I'm eventually going to send you, you can make it as horrible as you want.
I might send you another copy of the Green Lantern.
Son
For what you're about to send me, I'm about ready to send you another copy of the Green Lantern.
no, thank you.
That is my Green Lantern. That motherfucker right there.
And you ain't even held it yet.
Yeah, it just looks so. What are you looking for, dear?
Now, while he's doing that, let's talk about the one issue I have with my Huion stylus is that you have to change the nibs out every once in a while.
See, that is not the qualm I have with it, or with mine, because I've been running the same nib for, well, since I got the fucker.
Yep. But yeah, I like my drawing setup. At some point, I would have liked to own one of those drawing pads that's pressure sensitive, but you can just clip your piece of paper into it and you draw on the paper and it ends up on the computer.
That would be nice. Okay,
I don't know what you call those.
that
There's a
would
brand name.
that would make things so much easier. I prefer drawing on paper.
I know the feel is just what I need.
Yeah, I mean they can try to replicate paper and pencil feel with plastic as much as they want, but they never will.
Yep.
I'm going to switch mics so that I can walk out and smoke.
Okay. Oh, while he's doing that, ladies and gentlemen, and others, if I cut out because I'm it's looking kind of hairy out there. If I cut out, the river is threatening to flood right by my house, so it might take out some power. So if I just disappear, don't panic. I've not died. I've not just up and left the dojo. Or got angry. I'm just
He's not pulling an unexpected party from the Lord of the Rings. Don't worry. I needed that comparison. I'm sorry.
Yep. It's just an issue with the electricity.
Yeah, and it's been a little stormy here on my end too, so it's quite understandable.
Yep. That headphone cable is ridiculously long.
I know, and I love every bit about it. I can stand out here and smoke and still talk with you guys on Dojo.
With a dojo, training weekend warriors, go slow, and you will be victorious. Just know there's something here for you if you've got nothing else to do.
Dude, that is fantastic. We need to get that on record, dude.
Well, it already is.
No, I mean we need it recorded.
Oh, true. Fair enough. Yeah, if once I get good at playing guitar and singing at the same time, it'll be a whole lot easier because I figured the chord progression out. I'll give you guys a little peek. Just let me get the old ovation out.
Hey, before that, I'll give you some advice on that. Just play the guitar chords and then sing. And then match it up.
Oh, true, true. Pretty simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
Kiss.
And it's just, with a few hammers thrown in.
Who was that? Who was that who coined that terminology? It was Herr Fister, right?
I think so.
His name is actually Fister. Don't worry, I'm not being comical. It's Air Fister, sorry. He was the German teacher at our school. So he always, that's such a lovely sound. So
Yeah.
his sermon, his introduction was always Air Fister, as in Mr. Fister.
Actually, for half a second, I almost forgot. We want to talk about the Hyperkin Smart Boy.
Yeah, we'll get into that, and then we'll get into a general discussion because we flew through our topics.
Yep. And now I've got something because this was what we were excited to talk about tonight.
Oh hell yeah! Us being nostalgic game nerds, I'm sitting on his old retro duo right now, which I'm gonna have to do a review on. I picked up Dragon Warrior for that. Anyway, take it away, Chaz.
Okay, so the Hyperkin Smart Boy started out as an April Fool's joke that actually got really popular, and fans began to demand it. So Hyperkin broke down and said, "Okay, we'll make it." So far, I believe they've only got the Galaxy S7 version
Perfect.
out. And so yeah, you would slot your at first glance it looks like a controller so that you can play your emulator or whatever, but it actually comes with its own emulator, and you have to have a Game Boy cartridge to make this work because, and this is what the major thing I wanted to talk about, it behaves a lot like a Retron 5, if you've ever seen one of those. It's a multi-platform console that works by pulling the ROM from the cartridge, playing it on internal RAM, then putting the ROM with whatever data you acquired in the game back on the ROM, back in the card. This behaves in a similar fashion. So if you remove the Game Boy cartridge while you're playing, it will hard delete the ROM that it was playing.
That's insane. Now, covering the tech aspect of it, it goes straight into your, like any other attachment to your phone, USB reader or otherwise. It goes straight into the charging port on the phone. It doesn't do anything funny like go into the fucking headphone jack to work. I've seen stuff that does that, and I don't like it because there's a risk of breaking off the jack into the port, and then you screwed your phone.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Now I can come back in and switch my mics again. Woohoo! 30 seconds. What does this mean? Oh, oops. What does this mean for the nostalgia game freaks like us? This means that any old cartridge you have but do not own the handheld console to, you can play. It runs Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Original. So you can sit there and just go ham on Pokemon Red, Blue, Gold, Silver, Yellow, Diamond, or not Diamond. What the fuck?
Emerald.
Leaf Green, Fire Red, Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. Gen 1 through, what is that? 3. 4. Gen 1 through 4. Without having to go out and spend a metric fuck ton of cash for buying the original console. That or dusting off your I got the perfect thing for that.
His childhood one, which will be making appearances under another name in the future.
That or dusting off your Game Boy, which may or may not work. I just got lucky enough to have Chaz send this back to me because my childhood is in this. My childhood is in that little console.
Yep. And well, it is nice. It's expensive, especially if you need to repair it or if you want to install a light so you can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because
Sorry.
installing a light is still less expensive than buying a Game Boy Light.
Yeah, and even then, there was a video made by who is that? A channel you introduced me to.
Ashens?
Ashens, yes. There's a video by Ashens where he goes through all of the different ways that people tried to light up their Game Boys, and some of them are very expensive and very useless.
Yeah.
They take away the portability of the Game Boy by making you have to have like a book bag or a satchel to hold the Game Boy and the accessory. Not to mention it drains all of your double A's within like a half hour.
That is if it doesn't include its own power source, which is usually C-cell batteries.
Right. So not only are you running the fucking double A's in the Game Boy, but you're running C-cell batteries in the attachment itself. There's a lot of goofy ones. I suggest checking out that Ashens video.
Game Boy Extravaganza.
Thank you. Here, I marathoned a bunch of his emulator reviews. So.
Yep. So yeah, the Hyperkin Smart Boy is really an interesting concept because it means that you don't have to pay the biggest chunk of what goes into game collecting for Game Boy now. I imagine the Hyperkin Smart Boy is still going to be rather expensive, but it won't be as expensive as a good working condition Game Boy with the battery cover.
Yeah, mine does not have the battery cover because I lost that when I was a kid. Much to my dismay, because like now I have the problem of my batteries falling out. Yeah, dust, my batteries falling out. There's a problem. that you might be able to help me with. I know we're on live stream, but my copy of Pokemon, relatively new, mind you, does not save games. Would that be a problem in here?
Well, because the Pokemon Blue cartridge you gave me doesn't save either.
It might be a problem with the Game Boy itself.
Yeah, it might not be sending save states back.
Yeah, which is a problem. I don't know how I would go about fixing that. Would that be like an internal battery problem, or
Whatever its equivalent of SRAM would be, I think.
I don't feel like trying to get a tri-head screw in here. I'm not going to take it apart. It's just fun. It's just good to have.
Yeah, I mean, you can play Pac-Man or Tetris.
Or Super Mario.
Yeah.
The Game Boy port
So,
for Super Mario didn't require save states.
yeah, you just started from the beginning every time you played.
Yeah, at any rate.
So anyway, I think what this actually also does is it proves my point that there are some hardcore phone gamers out there.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're putting our game on mobile because there's a big fucking audience for mobile gamers now.
Yep, and what'd be cool is if you could somehow encode it to be compatible with the Hyperkin Smart Boy.
I can try.
I mean, it's not like you're required to. If you can't, then you can't. But having it be controller compatible
Would be that would be fucking brilliant. But the thing about what we're doing on RPG Maker MV is it comes with its own setup for mobile.
True.
You touch here, it moves here. You touch here, it opens chest. You touch here, it opens door. And not to mention, either way, you're gonna have to mod out RPG Maker with the plugins.
Yeah.
Because running base RPG Maker is not going to produce you a good game, and I figured that out the hard way. So I had to load a whole bunch of plugins into. You get the point.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to get on there sometime in the near future and figure out how to throw in a quest completed tab.
While we're on software, let's talk about some of the drawing software we use.
Thoughts collide. For a while there, I was a Photoshop whore. There's just too many problems with playing with the file sizes to even bother making thumbnails. Um, you save it as a JPEG, and it's still way over what you need or what YouTube allows for a thumbnail for your videos. So there was a while there where I was just picking the thumbnails from what YouTube gave me from its little upload stage. But I will lead into that, or I will use that to lead into what El Chizo over there uses.
Open Canvas 6. It's a $15 drawing software. You can't import pictures, unfortunately, but as a straight up drawing software, it's great. It's intended for anime and manga style drawing. It's the software I use to draw both JT's logo, his banner, and on top of those two, also the Weekend Dojo logo and channel banner.
And his own channel logo and banner as well. Or was that commissioned
Not
out?
my own. That was from a friend. I do link him in all of my videos. He's the guy behind the big revamp for when I went to that cheap-ass logo made on Paint to this beautiful thing.
Actually,
He
if we're
actually did
talking
use
about
Photoshop.
sorry. Then I must be like stupid or something when it comes to Photoshop. Anyway,
Yeah,
I use Manga Maker 5.0 for all of my drawing.
that's a very good set up. What I want to get is Comic Studio EX because that's what I was trained in.
I wonder how much that actually costs. Oh, my
Yeah,
glasses. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's okay. Manga Maker is not that hard to use, comparatively speaking to like Open Canvas. It straight gives you panels, which I personally like. The only thing is there's no yeah, how to put it. You got to keep switching to the hand tool to move your picture around, and I just find that annoying as all hell. Like I'll be sitting there sketching something out. I got to move to the hand tool, then I got to move to the rotate tool because I cannot draw anything just looking straight. I have to flip everything around and make sure my lines are okay, like I'm actually drawing on a piece of paper. Actually, stemming back to the comic book Sunday stream. I remember I wasn't in this Sunday stream. Sorry, guys. I could actually feasibly sketch out our little idea in Manga Maker and send you a one shot at some point.
yeah. Tone actually wants to write that.
Tone, please do. That would
I
take
get.
that would help
I
so
gave her the
much.
character descriptions and brief backgrounds, and she's just having a blast with it.
Thank God for Tone.
We love you, Tone.
Even though you're not watching.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's
sad.
probably it's probably because it's my stream.
Yeah, this is the one where you're in chart. This Tech Talk Tuesday is kind of up your alley. I just happen to be tagging along.
Well, no, I bring you along. I don't know Kenny that well, to be honest with you, so I don't know
That's
what
fair.
he
And
I
he's
don't
not a
know what
techie
he
like we are.
knows.
He's not a techie
Yeah,
like you
no,
are, and I know just enough to keep up with you. And then with Kenny, it's like the other way around. Tokusatsu is his shtick, and I'm just a little bit behind him.
Yeah, no, you're here because you know how to like keep my thoughts in line. I'm just kidding. And plus it's easier to stream when you have somebody to straight talk to.
Absolutely. Uh, so yeah, Tone, much appreciation. I like maybe we can work something out where once we get our own domain, we post the comics and she gets a portion of the ad revenue from the comic clicks.
That would be fantastic, but we got to get a fan base first.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like as a plan.
Yeah, as a future plan, and we can even like she's official. We could officialize her on one of the streams as part of the Weekend Dojo team.
I would love to do that because she's been our most loyal follower since we actually started doing this.
Right, and not to mention she's straight right. Aside from being our most loyal follower, she's straight up taking initiative to write our comic. She's officialized as as you know what? We'll officialize her right now without her knowledge.
Yeah, this will be a big surprise. Tone, you are now officially a dojo master.
Welcome to the dojo, Tone. Kenny will give you his welcome when he shows up on Tokuchatsu. Congratulations.
Take it. No, that's not it.
We're gonna have to give her official our credentials and whatnot, like
Oh yeah.
not credentials, our information, i.e., Twitter login.
Yep. The Weekend Dojo Twitter login and whatnot.
If we're doing that, I'm changing the password though.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, we should give her the Twitter page login. That should
Yep.
That. Congratulations, Tone.
We're proud to have you aboard. That makes 4 dojo masters so far.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Man, I dream of a day when we could call this a friggin' army.
Right. Ah, shit.
Cause we're the dojo, training weekend warriors. Go slow, and you will be victorious. Just know there's a there's something here for you if you got nothing else to do.
As an addendum to that song, we should just introduce all the dojo members too.
True.
El Chizo. And then give your introduction. Because I don't know how you'd
Yep.
introduce yourself. We should attribute it to something like D&D. Like my introduction would be JT. He's the chaotic evil. Uh, some word that rhymes with T, or that rhymes with T.
JT, chaotic evil insanity.
That works. He's our evil insanity. It's got to lead out with you because you're doing the most work here. Well, I feel like this is a good time to open up to general discussion and kind of, well, there's no sense in doing a Q&A.
Yeah, I think what we'll have to start talking about the other streams on Sunday, just to end it out. Because
Yeah,
like, if you don't have a TV guide, how do you know what's playing?
right. Twitter page. That's about
Twitter
it.
page.
But nobody follows us on Twitter,
Yeah, we've got one follower.
and that's me.
Oh,
Wait,
and actually, Tone followed us, I believe.
I didn't follow the dojo. Fuck, I gotta follow the dojo.
Yeah.
Dad tried to call me. Oops. No, 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 no. Don't call him back. I'm in the middle of stream. I meant to text you. Okay. So, general discussion. I don't even know where to start with this. Like, you just want to talk about upcoming videos on our respective channels, or
Why don't we start off with stuff that's going to happen on the Weekend Dojo, and then go into our personal stuff.
good idea. Toku, that's your guys' shtick.
Yep, Tokuchatsu, we're going to try to lock that into Wednesdays, so that means that you're going to have streams on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays on the dojo. As we get more members to fill in other days of the week, we'll try to keep that happening too.
Um, to wow, okay, sorry. We're gonna start locking stuff in to certain days of the week. I gotta free up my. I might have to move. What's that? I'm gonna have to end up moving Tech Talk. Unfortunately,
Okay, what day of the week?
probably Thursday.
I could do Thursdays.
Yeah, because my buddy Mason comes over with his daughter Monday and Tuesday, so she's cute, but my preference is to keep her off the internet.
That's fair.
So I'm going. I would personally like to move Tech Talk Tuesday to Tech Talk Thursday, so
That
that
works.
there's no interference of that kind. Mason's daughter stays off of YouTube because just no, and that gives me a little more time to plan things for Dojo throughout the week.
Definitely fair. That way you
Because
can plan up to your stream date, and then we don't have to try to plan for next week after.
right, so we're not going to do two Tech Talks this week though, because we already
No, we've
covered
got
one.
this one. We've got this one in, and we'll just start on Thursday next week.
Right, and that gives me plenty of time to just plan out topics and throw them up there, and the general idea. That way, we're not scrambling for shit like an hour and a half in.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of stuff for us to just sit down and bullshit about. Instead, and then we won't have to do like a general discussion like after an hour and 15 minutes and we'll be good.
Absolutely.
Because I find we're running dry on topics
I think it's all,
after
and
like an hour.
I think it's because we often do have to rush things because we've got everything crammed at the beginning of the week.
Right. And we run out of topics immediately after Sunday stream, and that gives us only a day to plan shit out.
Absolutely. So if we just try to put things from hump day to the end to the weekend,
That gives us time to also focus on our own respective channels in that aspect too.
as absolutely like I said, I've got two reviews coming up. They're being edited. One is a candy review, and one is a toy review.
I've got one big just game talk coming up. I'm going to start out my return to my channel with a game talk. Topic will be announced over my personal Twitter come when I have everything filmed. I didn't like anything I filmed on Monday, so anyway, um I'm putting a lot of stuff into filming this. There's going to be like a little skit at the beginning and then some goofy shit there at the end. At any rate, this way we can schedule out the beginning of the week for our respective channels and then everything else is done at the end of the week towards the weekend.
Yep, that's kind of fits with the name. I mean, I suppose if you have shit on Monday and Tuesday, it's kind of extending the weekend, but it's better to
Right.
have just a longer weekend that starts early because it makes your week feel shorter.
Right. Right. I'm still going to be opting out of Sunday stream because they always work me on Sundays in the evenings for the most part. I'm actually going to try to switch jobs
Oh, really?
to GameStop.
Ah. Would you like a complimentary butt fuck?
No, no, I would not like a complimentary butt fucking for trading in my games and getting $2.30 out of them. No, no, I figure this would help my channel out as well. Getting all the
Oh, absolutely,
information
because information.
immediately. Sorry.
Yeah, you can hop right out of work, go home, and start writing out your biggest news bit.
Right. My being a GameStop employee would just I get I get privy to information like release dates for X amount of different games, what's coming out on E3, stuff of that nature.
Yep, and you'll be pretty far ahead of. I mean, there are probably plenty of gamer news channels out there who work at GameStop, but you'll be right up there with them, and just
That would be brilliant. That would skyrocket my channel so far. Um, at any rate, there's actually even then there's a lot of just channels out there with sources though. You know, like sources immediately connected to E3, sources immediately with their obviously their GameStop fucking contacts, but I will be one of the few people who actually works at GameStop and runs a channel.
yeah, I mean, because most of the people who work at GameStop are, they go home and they have no other thoughts than, all right, that was another day at work, and then I will watch YouTube now. But then you're gonna come home, you're gonna be like, must make video.
Oh, a video every 2 days.
Must make content. Big news.
Right. That or the funny thing about GameStop is the people who work at GameStop, they immediately go home and they play video games.
I would be
So
sick.
I wouldn't. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I have been ruined for hot dogs because I worked a hot dog cart for 2 years.
Right. But I have such a frenzy over video games that it would not bother me at like in the slightest.
And you get a
Oh,
discount if you work there, I think.
oh, okay. Yeah, I think you do. So, my God,
You can get cool merch, stuff for your background.
I can blow so much money on video games. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. You're right. I'm gonna get some shit for my background and just leave it at that. Now,
Hey,
obviously, I'm going to get the new games for to throw up some Let's Plays.
obviously, and some overviews, perhaps like first impressions.
Right. I should probably throw something up on my first impression of Destiny 2.
Yep. And by the way, as far as your background goes, as long as there's no Funko Pop figures, I don't have to come to Ohio to hurt you.
I don't like pop figures. Fuck pop
Good.
figures. I will never, ever, 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 ever own a pop figure.
Think
I
about
bought a
how I
fidget.
feel as a toy reviewer.
I bought a fidget spinner.
You, now all three of us have a fidget spinner.
No, I don't have a fidget spinner.
Oh,
I spun that motherfucker for 20 minutes. The 20-minute car ride, mind you. Halfway through that 20-minute car ride, I unrolled my window and chucked it out the window
why?
because it got boring. It was like, hey, cool, I have one of these. Flick, 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 flick. Why the fuck do I have this? Flick, 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 flick. I don't need this. Beep.
I hope that didn't hit anyone.
No, it flew on the side of the road. So some lucky little 12-year-old walking down the road is going to be like, ah, fidget spinner. I'm I'm cool in school now.
Yep. God damn the trends that we see going through school.
I'd rather have a fidget cube.
Those look fun.
They got clicky little buttons. I like to click things. Uh, if I had my pen with me, I'd be clicking that like you were earlier.
Yeah.
Um, it's got a little joystick, so it feels like I can move the joystick on the fidget cube in the direction I'm moving. Feels like I'm playing myself as a video game.
Yeah. Oh, like the fidget controller.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's a sight on the cube with a joystick.
No, no, there's a fidget controller. It's got a stick here and buttons here.
If you're gonna do that, carry around your PS4 controller.
No, but it's like that big.
Oh, there's game pads that come that big. Cut the
True, but
cord
this one
off your
doesn't
piece of
cost.
shit little $5 game pad and throw it on your control throw it in your pocket. Fuck's sake, people.
Well, the whole idea for this is that it's not like a joystick with pins that will wear down so it starts wiggling. It's uses
Oh,
very powerful springs.
okay, okay. I get that then. I get that. Oh, I should do something with Titanfall 3. No,
Yep. You know,
I gotta shoot my video.
yep, you know something like now and actually let's talk about real quick uh Titanfall. Now, I'm on the reviewer list for Cami Electronics and Plastics for my review of the Tier 1 FPS tournament pad.
Okay.
Now, they just sent me a few things a while ago, thumb pads and a throat mic, which I gave away because I've got this. Now,
I wish
they,
you'd have sent that my way. I would have reviewed that.
yeah, well, anywho, well, if they see this, then I just wanted to
Hindsight.
say it. Yeah, hindsight. If they see this, listen, guys, I know it's like Cami Electronics and Plastics does more than just the Tier 1 stuff. I know you just did statuettes for Titanfall. I'm a toy reviewer first and foremost. Just keep that in mind. And Also, if you would like to do a PS4 version of what you did for the PS3, that'd be great.
That makes two of us. We'll do a joint review on that if they decide to do so.
Yep, I may mention it on my channel for when I after I finish reviewing this.
I need to review something. I want to pick up one of those. I want to pick up a lesser known game for PS4 and start reviewing that. Which means next paycheck I'm going to be floating through GameStop to pick something up. I need to get sponsorships. That would be nice.
Same. We could look up Audible, like every YouTuber ever.
Audible?
Yeah.
No. No, I feel like if you we'll talk about this after stream.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this after stream.
I was just making an every YouTuber ever joke because that's what got it started was Audible. Everyone
Every
was fun.
Oh Lord. Oh, did you see College Humor's little thing about every gamer or every video game YouTuber ever?
I haven't. You're gonna have to send me that link later.
It's it's very true. They Most video game YouTubers are doing top tens, nostalgic reviews, uh, things of that nature. I'll just send you the video. It's pretty funny. Oh God.
Anywho,
I think this probably is about the right time to wrap up.
yep. So for those of you who do end up watching this or see it on the channel later, oh, we should make a playlist for this.
A playlist? Yeah. Yeah, we should collect every Tech Talk Tuesday in a playlist. Good idea.
Yep, because and do the same for Sunday stream, and I'll probably set something up for Tokuchatsu when I do that. That way, people can find our shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that would be smart. That would be very, very smart. They can pick their favorite playlist and just go fucking ham looking through it. They can't go too hard on it because it's like an hour and a half per stream.
Yep, that's like a binge watching a movie series.
Right. They're gonna have to like watch 2 episodes and just be done with it.
Well, yeah, like you said, I think this is a good place to end it.
We still have let's go through the lineup for the next week. And reiterate some changes.
Yep. So, for the lineup for next week, well, one, remember that it is going to be on Thursday, not Tuesday next week. Tokuchatsu will still be on Wednesday, I believe. And
Sunday stream still a staple.
Sunday stream is still a staple. If we get more members, we might start doing something for Saturday. It might not be any of the three of us that you see. It might, if we get 2 more people, we might start doing something with them for them on Saturday.
We'll have to walk them through it like normal, but
yeah, well, it's like a training period. Whatever you got to do.
Right. You know what? You know what? We'll talk about that after stream too.
We'll talk about that after stream too. So, as far as next week's topics, I would actually like to talk about the whole issue with releasing upgraded versions of currently running consoles.
For Tech Talk Tuesday?
For Thursday next week.
Yeah, that sounds. We'll have to get together a lot and plan that, which means not tomorrow, but Thursday. This coming Thursday. If you don't have anything planned for stream, we should get together and talk about that.
I think so. Yeah.
And we in that we could probably cover the plug and play stuff too.
Might as well cover plug and play stuff. So yeah, that's 2 things we can talk about on next Thursday.
Because there's a whole bunch of consoles that are just plug and play and are loaded with like 50 plus games. Anyway.
Yep. So that's 2 subjects. I think why don't we talk about some of the older computer games that we enjoyed?
Oh, yes. Oh. Yeah. I could do that.
Well, yep. And then I think open discussion Q&A.
Yeah, that should cover about 2 hours length. If anything, we can always get together and solidify the fact that we have something 2 hours length.
Yep. And don't worry if you don't forget. You'll see it posted on our Twitter. Go follow us there. That's at weekend_dojo, all lowercase.
I'm gonna put that up on Twitter after the stream. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the whole lineup for the rest of this week and then next week.
Yep. I think I'll throw it up on the Facebook too.
I'm pretty sure I'll be able to jump on this Sunday stream now that I have this thing figured out.
Okay, doke. That'd be awesome, man. I remember when we were talking earlier, you showed some interest in dropping in on Tokuchatsu at some point.
Yeah, I got to catch up to you guys when it comes to Kamen Rider X8.
Yeah, it's a good story though. I think you're gonna like how it turns out.
And not to mention, it runs in with my shtick on YouTube.
Gaming.
Yeah. Therefore, I'm gonna have to jump on Kiss. What is that? Kiss Asian, and just binge watch the hell out of the Toku.
Try not to say the name too much, otherwise, because it exists in a bit of a moral gray area.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I forget we're on stream.
So yeah, JT can do a video on Kamen Rider X8, going in as a total newbie to Tokusatsu. So you're gonna hear the opinion of someone starting out.
Right. The most experience I have is not even Super Sentai.
Not even Super Sentai.
I'll give it a shot. I will give it a shot for you guys.
Hey, and if you want something that appeals to your tastes, go watch the maybe you want to go watch the full Gun Caliber series.
Gun Caliber. I'll look that up too.
No, I showed you him before. He's the guy sitting on the roof.
Oh yeah. The drunk guy.
Uh-huh. For those of you who end up watching this later, go watch Garage Pro TV. They've got a show called Gun Caliber. It's a independently made tokusatsu series, and I love it.
He is my Toku spirit animal.
This gun looks like the one that Pac used. I'm not buying this.
All right, this is where we're gonna cut out, guys.
Yeah, so just remember, check out all our social media. That's Facebook, that's Weekend Dojo on Facebook, and at Weekend_Dojo on Twitter. Tune in tomorrow to see me personally and Kenny talk about Tokusatsu on our show Tokuchatsu. We'll do Sunday stream, same just like every week.
Same time,
and
same channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel. And I guess that's the best way to end it. I will see you later, Bugheads.
See you later, my fellow gamers.